Hello, Leo. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. Welcome to the month of June. Welcome to your monthly spread. I have the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and we're going to start off a little shuffle here. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember that I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, and wherever it is that you're watching the video, again, thank you. One more shuffle here, Leo, and we're going to jump right into the traditional Celtic cross spread. Seems to be the monthly favorite, so we're going to jump right in. The first card is your recent past. That can be, anytime, basically the month of May, maybe even before that. But what is the energy that is really shining through for the past for Leo? King of Pentacles. What about your current energy? King of Cups. Boy, a lot of masculine energy. What's challenging this for Leo? Eight of Wands. Okay. And on your mind, the Sun, that's your energy. The Sun energy on your mind, that's actually really good. Under the surface, the Hermit. Seems pretty normal. In the future, as you move through June, Four of Swords. I actually really like that feeling. It doesn't feel negative at all. Your external energy, your internal energy, your hopes and fears, and your final outcome. At the bottom of the deck is the Lovers. Now, this is major arcana. This is Gemini energy. It's air energy. It's about making a choice. And not just any choice, it's a sacred choice. So it traditionally can really be about the lovers, choosing a lover, or it can simply just mean a very big decision, a very big choice that needs to be made. So the Lover's energy is here at the bottom of the deck for you, Leo. Jumping back to the beginning, we have the King of Pentacles. This is your recent past. So this is about you being in the driver's seat of your physical reality. Anything to do with what you can touch, taste, see, or smell. You were making financial decisions. You were making location decisions. You were making decisions about yourself or your family's health, maybe choosing new life insurance or getting on a new health plan, deciding you're going to start going to the gym, you and your person are going to start eating a special diet, something along those lines, but you were the one making the decisions. You were the one looking into it, organizing it, getting the shopping list gathered. You were making these real life, you were in the driver's seat. You were organizing it, maybe funding it. It always has to do with money. King of Pentacles is very mature. So the decisions that you were making were coming from a place of solidarity. You weren't just flying by the seat of your pants. You were actually looking into things. You were making sure that you had the money to do whatever it was you were setting out to do. And it was, like I said, all about your physical reality. And you were in the driver's seat. It's very masculine energy. So not only were you organizing it and making sure that the money was there, but you were also taking the actions on going for it. So this is your recent past. Your current energy, switching lanes quite a bit over to your emotions. Now you're in charge of how you feel, and you're in charge of your emotional state, and you're in charge in a very masculine way. So taking action on how you feel. How do you feel? Are you feeling X, Y, or Z? Do you need to go and talk to a professional like a therapist? Or do you need to do, what actions do you need to take around your emotions? Because your emotions are very calm, cool, and collected. in your current energy for June. It really feels like you have everything under control and you're sailing on these seas. This is the ocean of emotion. And so you're feeling your emotions, but you're able to take control of them appropriately. You're not acting out of character or being rash in your decisions. You are, it looks like, because this person is holding the ship in their hand. What I love about this deck, Tarot of Mystical Moments, is even the masculine energies are represented by females. So it's a very gender non-biased gender deck. So it just is showing that even a female representation can have masculine energy, especially where emotions are concerned. You can be very in control of the way that you feel, even if there is like this feeling of hollowness within you, and like these ships are just passing through, two ships passing in the night. Maybe your current energy is like you're just trying to understand your emotions. You're trying to organize not only your physical reality, but also your emotional reality. You're taking stock of what there is to feel and to be sensitive about. And you're just being very, it feels very emotionally calibrated. What's challenging you, though, is the Eight of Wands. Now, this is fire energy, your energy, and this is coming in hot. And it's challenging you staying calm, cool, collected. Because when things come in hot, communication oriented, it is going to challenge anybody, because it's like demands, deadlines, communications, people hitting you up, want to come to this barbecue, want to organize this event, want to do X, Y, and Z, want to go to a vacation, want to meet us in Estes Park, whatever it is, it's fast and people need to know and they need a piece of you and they want a piece of you. And this is your challenge. And like I said, anybody would be challenged by the Eight of Wands. So where you're over here in your current energy feeling like I've got everything under control emotionally, it's almost like the universe is allowing this little bit of challenge to come through of, are you still organized? Are you still feeling under everything's under control? Because all these things are coming at you. Usually they're depicted by arrows being shot forth, like quick, rapid, fast. And that's not always easy to deal with. On your mind is your energy. Major Arcana, the sun, represented or attributed to the sign of Leo. The sun is the most positive, optimistic, happy card in all of the 78 cards of tarot. So this is on your mind. In the month of June, this is actually really beautiful. Being very positive, being very optimistic, being very happy, just joyful, full of life. The sun is Leo's ruling planet, ruling star or energy body, and the sun gives you life. The sun gives us all life. It gives us light. It gives us growth and expansion and beauty and happiness. And everybody always talks about, the sun's going to be out today, and it's a good thing. And so this is on your mind. It really strikes me as, no matter what, I'm going to purpose myself to be positive. No matter what. If conversations start taking a turn for the worse, I'm going to direct it back to the positive. If I start to feel my emotions start to sink down, I'm going to lift myself back up and think positive. And I don't think that it's toxic positivity. I think it is a purposeful positivity, that you're organized in your thoughts enough to understand that thinking bad is going to make you feel bad. And so you want to keep your gears shifted to the positive. This is on your mind. down below the surface is the Hermit. And this is attributed to the sign of Virgo. And this Hermit energy is detachment from people, places, and things for a specific amount of time. It's not forever, but it is just long enough for you, Leo, to get in touch with who you are, what you are. What do you represent? What do you feel? What do you think? What do you know? This is you. It's like this person looks like they're holding a fishing rod and they're fishing down in this ocean because this is who you are, and you're up here on this tower with the fishing pole, fishing down for pieces of yourself that you want to resurrect. You want to bring something to the surface. You want to bring something back to life, a part of you that you feel like maybe you lost, or that was lost to events or the past or whatever. It really feels like down below the surface for you in June, you are going to be excavating parts of your old self. And this just came to me to share with you. Go back to your past person and the music that you listened to as that past person, and listen to that music again. I don't know about you, but for me, that is a really powerful way to bring back the pieces of myself that I feel like I've lost and forgotten. But when I hear that music, I remember the me that I used to be, maybe the more optimistic part of you, maybe the dreams and the goals that you used to have. And if music triggers you in a bad direction, that's not recommended. I'm talking about when you were at your like highest point of life. Think about the music you were listening to, even if it was just like, um, related to the times, the 90s or the 80s or whatever it is. Go back to that. Just go back to that. That is coming through for the Hermit for you. Four of Swords for your future. Now, this is maybe getting towards the later parts of June, but this is saying for you to and I just got this thing to say to you is put a hammock up. If you don't have a hammock, get a hammock and enjoy the solitude and the peace and the space and the nature of relaxation, and just be in it. Be in the moment. The Four of Swords is always an indication of resting, relaxing, recharging, rejuvenating. And so if you aren't somebody that can go check yourself into a destination spa, then in your own backyard, create an oasis for yourself. Make some place in your life a place where you can just let your hair down and be free of all responsibilities and all things. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself in the month of June. Your external energy, it's outside of you, it affects you, is the Two of Pentacles. This is always about balance. It's usually a balance of responsibilities. So your energy outside, or energy that's outside of you that affects you, is balancing responsibilities. There's probably, maybe it's a spouse or maybe it's a family member, and they are always juggling things, their life, their finances, their health, how they're spending their free time. They're always juggling things. And this affects you. This energy affects you and your equilibrium because you're tied into them. They're external to you, they're outside of you, but they affect you. And so somebody constantly juggling is, I don't know, it could be a little offsetting to a nervous system, maybe dysregulating to a nervous system that just wants to find like happiness and optimism and rest and relax and do their hermit thing. And so somebody over here that's constantly in imbalance, it could feel dysregulating. I could see how that would be. But your internal energy about things, it's the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords, as far as your internal energy, says that you're putting something to bed. You are no longer going to participate in chatter that doesn't lead anywhere, gossip, stabbing in the back, people who just want to sit and bring others down. You know, that optimism that's on your mind, that positivity that's on your mind. This Ten of Swords as your internal energy, it's the end of a painful communication cycle. That cycle maybe could have been for the last 15 years, where every time you get on the phone with your friend, all they want to do is shit talk. Every time you go around your family of origin, all they want to do is talk about everybody who's not there. And you're just done with that. You're done with people trying to bring other people down. You're not into that. You're not invested in that. It's not who you are. It's not your character. Your internal energy is, I'm not dealing with it anymore. I love this image because it almost reminds me of like somebody being in a beauty salon and everybody's going to put their it's like a knitting needle, but everybody's going to put their 2 cents into the pot and share and try to fill your mind with gossip and bullshit. And I just think you're not having it. This is your energy. It's almost like you're saying, listen, I don't want to hear it. If you're going to be talking about other people, I don't want to hear it. So I think that's beautiful, actually, Leo. And your hopes and fears, Knight of Swords. This is speaking your mind, saying what you need to say. You know that John, dang it, Say What You Need to Say, that song. John, I cannot think of his last name. If you know it, please put it in the comments. But Knight of Swords is your hopes and fears, is I want to be able to say what I have to say, to communicate what I need to communicate. But because it's also in your fear, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid that if I speak my mind, it's going to fall on deaf ears. I'm afraid that if I say what I need to say, that it's going to cause problems or disputes or whatever. But the Knight of Swords is usually like inspired to speak on something, to say something, to write something. There's like a newspaper article on this person's dress, and they're literally like flying in on a feather. And that usually represents to me like an angelic feather, feeling this heaven inspiration on this magic wand or this pen in your hand. So writing things, speaking things, anything communication oriented, and feeling this, I'm afraid to do it, but I know I need to do it. Your final outcome for the month of June, Leo, is the Hanged Man. This is a major arcana, a big deal energy, and it is attributed to the sign of Pisces. So if you're dealing with a Pisces or you have Pisces in your chart, the Hanged Man is having you choose a different perspective. Whatever it is you thought you know about life to this point, maybe you don't. Maybe you need to learn something different. Maybe that's why you need to go hermit yourself. Maybe that's why you have to be positive and optimistic, because what you know about people, places, and things might not be what's the truth. The Hanged Man says, the quote that goes with the Hanged Man card is willful surrender. So purpose yourself to surrender to the truth, what you think the truth is, what you've been told the truth is. Remember, we had the Ten of Swords as your internal energy, you putting an end to gossip, slander, people talking shit about other people. The Hanged Man says, yeah, I've heard it, I felt it. And in your current energy, you in the King of Cups position, You are the master of your emotions. You're not going to get led around on the sea by other ships and other captains. You're the captain of your boat on your ocean. And that is very much the Hanged Man energy. Hanged Man is, I'm going to take a time out in order for me to see things from a different angle, because the way that things have been painted for me might not be the way they actually are. And I really think that is a mature, beautiful stance. I'm going to bring over the Radiant Wise Spirit cards, and we're going to do just another layer on top of this for you, Leo. Let's see what else we get. We have the Nine of Cups. We have another Hermit energy. And we have the Seven of Cups. So again, it is confirming the way that you are going to feel in the month of June after you have taken the time that you need to take for yourself to explore all of your many emotional layers and lenses. You're going to choose the one that suits you the best and that gives you the feeling that your wishes are fulfilled, and that because you choose to think positive and fill your cups with good things come to you and your wishes are fulfilled, essentially. You have a lot of options and choices, like I said, on how to feel, but you're going to choose positive and uplifting and inspired thoughts after you definitely need to go by yourself for a bit. Maybe it's a weekend, maybe it's all day on a Saturday. Whatever it is, do it so that you can find your light and your truth and your wisdom. I'm going to finish with the Gabrielle Bernstein Spirit Junkie Oracle cards for the sign of Leo. All that I need is coming to me in ways I could never have imagined. All that I need is coming to me in ways I could never have imagined. That is absolutely beautiful. Leo, this is your June reading. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Your likes and your follows, your subscribes and your shares, all of that is so appreciated and welcome. Thank you. Be blessed and be well.